to be the king.
Before I get started, I'd like to kindly ask that you hit the like button, and please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this.
Get over here!
So this is part 2 of my epic weekend haul. And you know what we're talking about. We're talking lots of physical media. Everything from video games to DVDs to VHS. I hit a town-wide yard sale this weekend as well as a few thrift stores and picked up quite a few interesting things. So let's not waste any more time and we'll get right into it. As far as non-physical media pickups go, I picked up this vintage 1984 Ghostbusters glass. This was actually just $1 at a yard sale, so I was really excited to get it. And I've been finding a lot of Ghostbusters stuff lately, which is pretty cool.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
I also got this vintage Christopher Reeve Superman thermos. There is a slight chip in the lid, but I'm not really worried about that because I'm not planning on reselling this or anything. It's most likely just going to be on a shelf as a display piece. Now on to some video game items, and I got this Retron E 3-in-1 gaming system for just $20. This actually has a $150 value online, so that's a pretty good pickup. You can play NES, Super NES, and Genesis games all on this system. The box is a little beat up, but I'm not really too worried about that, just as long as everything in here and everything works. As far as games go, I also got the original Twisted Metal on PlayStation. This was actually for free. I bought a bunch of DVDs from a lady that you'll see in a few minutes, and she threw this in with the pile, and I was like more than happy to take it. Twisted Metal is actually one of my favorite gaming franchises, and this is one of the only installments that I didn't own. It was the original one. Now on to some DVDs.
Groovy.
First up, we have The Ten Commandments starring Charlton Heston. I actually picked this up for my dad, who loves this movie, but he has a hard time finding it when he wants to watch it. Again, that's the beauty of having physical media. I also picked up Mars Attacks. This is a fun little homage to 1950s sci-fi movies from director Tim Burton. I always wondered how this movie ever got made, and considering how many legendary actors signed up to be in it, it's honestly a pretty big accomplishment. I also got Airheads on DVD. This is a guilty pleasure movie of mine, and I think this is the first time I can remember seeing Adam Sandler in a movie. It's a pretty goofy movie, but I still love it, and I am looking forward to now watching it whenever I want to. Up next, we have John Carpenter's Vampires. I want to get all of John Carpenter's movies on DVD and VHS if possible, and this is one that I didn't have on either. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out again. We got some more horror coming your way because I got the original Hills Have Eyes, directed by Wes Craven. I actually very much prefer the remake of The Hills Have Eyes. It's one of the few times I can actually say that. But as a horror fan and a Wes Craven fan, I thought this was a necessary pickup. And last but not least, as far as DVDs go, I got 3 Hannibal Lecter movies. I got Hannibal, Red Dragon, and Hannibal Rising. Big shout out to Anthony Hopkins for winning an Oscar recently, which is probably the only good thing to come out of that show. The coolest thing about these DVDs is actually the Hannibal Rising one because it's a Blockbuster exclusive case. And as all of you know, I will pick up anything that's Blockbuster related. Alright. You know what time it is. It's VHS time, people.
Jesus fucking Christ, it's about time!
First up, I'm going to show you some clamshells, and here we have All Dogs Go to Heaven. This is a movie that I watched pretty frequently as a kid. You gotta love these Don Bluth animated movies, and if you don't know who he is, you should definitely go check him out. He was a nice alternative to the typical Disney animated movies from the 90s. Up next, we have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Another classic from my childhood. I love everything about this movie. One thing I specifically do remember about watching this on VHS was before the movie started, there was a Roger Rabbit short in front of it. And I was delighted to find out that it's actually on this VHS as well. It says right here, bonus animated short, Roger Rabbit in Tummy Trouble. So that's a really cool nostalgic pickup. I also got Jumanji. I always loved the concept of this movie as a kid, and of course it has the legendary Robin Williams in it as well. One other cool thing about this is that they gave away free stickers with this VHS, and they're still included in the packaging. Okay, now on to the regular VHS. I have yet another cartoon classics featuring Looney Tunes episodes, because there might be episodes on these VHS that people in 2021 have deemed inappropriate.
Fuck you!
Up next, I have yet another Don Bluth animated classic, and I'm talking about An American Tail. I actually don't remember this movie as much as I remember its sequel, Fievel Goes West, but it's still a cool throwback, and I really dug the cover art on this. I also got Mrs. Doubtfire, yet another Robin Williams classic. Legend has it that there's R-rated takes that were cut out of this movie because Robin Williams went a little bit too crazy in his improv. I would love to see that someday because I watch this movie pretty frequently and I still love it to this day. Up next, I have a movie called Altered States. I actually don't know anything about this movie, but the cover on it looked pretty trippy to me, so if anybody can give me more information about this movie in the comments down below, that would be greatly appreciated. Now we have some more Pacino. We have Any Given Sunday. Pacino has to be in the top 3 football movie coaches of all time, and he gives an amazing pregame speech in this movie that could get anyone pumped up. It's very high tea.
Because she got a great ass!
I also got Men in Black. Kind of surprising that I didn't have this already, considering I do see it pretty frequently, but usually the boxes are in really bad shape, and this one was actually in really good shape. I've already spoke about how I was a big fan of Will Smith around this time, and this movie is a big reason for that. Up next we have The Rocketeer, and I have Mama Reels to thank for this one.
Are you serious? This chick has an action figure? Oh my god.
Such a classic looking cover. I love the cult feeling that the cover gives this movie. This was a must-have to me, and if you notice too, this cover has probably been duplicated more than any other cover in history, I think. I think most of the Marvel movies have stolen from this cover. Up next we have American Graffiti, another awesome cover with some cool artwork. This is actually directed by George Lucas, and for those that don't know, this movie kinda unofficially served as a Happy Days precursor, so this was definitely another cool pickup. And last but certainly not least, we have Escape from Alcatraz, starring, of course, the legendary Clint Eastwood. I remember back when I was young in my dad's VHS collection, there were 2 covers that really stood out to me and have stuck in my memory all these years. One was The Warriors, which of course I'm still looking for, and the other was Escape from Alcatraz. I absolutely love the simplicity as well as the artwork on this cover, and this is a great movie on top of it, and I was so excited to find this at a yard sale this weekend. So that'll do it for part 2 of this week's haul. Let me know what your favorite piece was in the comments down below. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time right here on Real Shift. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Y'all be cool. Shut up.